What's up, peeps? How are we all doing today? It's Thursday, August 12th. We're approaching 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What another wonderful, beautiful day in the stock market. ACY been gearing up all day, looking like it could potentially go parabolic. It very well could. This thing's a runner. What else did we have today? X1 having a nice move from 2450 up to 2550. I mean, opportunity left and right. FULC getting a nice run off 1850 up to 2150. So let me rephrase and talk about a few things based on the title of this video. Day trading consistency. I tell you guys all the time, be careful who you learn from on YouTube. Remember, anybody can be a trader. Anybody. All it takes is a click of a button. The person that you're learning from, if they cannot show you every single day what they've traded and consistency with their P&L, then don't give them no attention or pay no attention to them. Every single day in the Discord, I post my P&L to you guys to show you guys consistency. Consistency. If I'm going to teach you guys, I'm going to back up what I talk, right? As the saying goes, talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words. I don't really flex my P&L on social media that much for the fact it just attracts the wrong people. People get attracted to profits and big P&Ls. They instantly want to run and they want you to give them alerts and they feel like they're entitled to know everything and they just feel like you should give them all of your time for free. The last 2 weeks, I've been trying my hardest to remember to post my P&L every day on Twitter. I've been trying to keep up with that, and I really want to drive home the fact and show you guys that you can do this, and you can consistently, every day, pull in money. Consistently. Every single day. It can be done. It can. We're ending out today. I'm stopping while I'm ahead. I always try to stop while I'm ahead. You never want to try and get too greedy. And we're going to talk about a few things with consistency. Today, I'm closing out 2,000 in profit. And I'm perfectly happy with that. Perfectly happy. If I can get it over here and show you guys. Right here, traded 4 stocks today. I was up a bit more, but I gave some profit back, and I took that as a warning. Hey, you're being stupid. Get out, take this money, and be done. That's it. 2,000 on the day, I'll take it. Like I said, if you guys are following me on Twitter, I've been posting my P&A every single day on Twitter as well. It adds up over time. It really does. It adds up over time. I mean, just look at what we did. So, $2,000 today, and it's Thursday. Wednesday, we traded and made, I think it was 4,000. In 2 days, that's $6,000. And then going back to right here, I made just over 4,000 yesterday. Being transparent, showing the chat. If I'm planning on teaching, I'm going to show you guys what I do. People who never show their P&L and are trying to teach you, or if they do trade and they're only trading with one share, Why would you take that person seriously? People always want to try to do what everybody else is trying to do. Even going back to Tuesday and Monday, when I posted in here, Tuesday I made $1,400. Then going into Monday, I think I made $1,500. So Monday, Tuesday, that's 3,000. Wednesday was 4,000. That's 7,000. Now today, that's $9,000 on the week. And I'm just pulling in a couple grand every day, and I'm done. And I'm perfectly fine with that. And remember, it adds up over time. And I still have one more day left in the week. Let's say I pull in another $1,000 tomorrow. That's 9,000, 10,000 in a week. There's 4 weeks in a month. You do that every single week. That's $40,000 in 1 month. That's somebody's practically their whole entire salary for an entire year of working a 9-to-5 job. This is the opportunity the stock market gives us, ladies and gentlemen. Consistency as a day trader, let's talk about it. We've all been there. We've been on a roll. We've been doing really good. And then you fall into that one day where you take a bad trade or you take a red trade and you start revenge trading and it kills your confidence and you just dig your hole deep into the ground. And then at the end of the trading day, you're looking at your P&L and you're like, what have I done? You feel disgusted with yourself, right? It's stubbornness. You get so cocky and confident that you've made money consistently, days straight, days on end. You start to get that confidence and cockiness. And when you do finally take that loss, you don't want to accept it. And you feel like, what's the word I'm trying to say here? You feel like you've wasted your day. Like, why did I even show up today? Or it wasn't even worth me showing up today. I didn't show up to take a red day, a red trading day. So you try to fight your way out of it. At least try to break even. But all you do is just dig your hole deeper and deeper. And then before you know it, you just gave back days, weeks, maybe even months of hard work. We've all been there and done that. All of us. Nobody likes to admit they're wrong. Nobody. There's nobody who likes to admit they're wrong. And that's the hardest part. Have to accept when you're wrong and continue to move on. You cannot get stubborn in this game. Sure, there are days I show up and I'll take a red trade and I'll try to get up out of that. But I've learned from my mistakes. You have to accept the loss for the day, close it up, and look forward to tomorrow. Because tomorrow is a new day filled with opportunity. It's all about perspective. Hawk says there's normally 252 trading days in a year. So 252 trading days in a year. If you just focused on pulling in $1,000 a day, which it's an easy feat. It really is. I mean, even $500 a day. $500 a day. What is that? 125,000 in a year? That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. $500 a day. But what happens is people, they get caught up in stocks like ACY. They get caught up and how volatile this thing is. I mean, this thing ran from $25 all the way up to $36. That's a $10 move to the upside from the open price here all the way up to the high up here. That's a $10 move, all within the first hour and a half of the trading day. So people get caught up in these big, fast moving stocks. And what they fail to do is they fail to adjust their size. They're normally used to trading stocks. And just for an example, they're normally used to trading stocks like DYAI, for an example. This stock only had a range of maybe $1.75. It's not really as volatile. So they're trading their normal size. Let's say you normally trade with 1,000 shares. Make money, you lose money on this thing, and then a stock like ACY pops up. And you don't take into account how much more volatile this stock is compared to that DYAI stock. You jump in with your normal 1,000 shares, and this thing has a death candle of $3. You just lost $3,000 in a blink of an eye. And it's like somebody stabbing you in the stomach, and you feel ashamed, and it hurts, and you can't get it off your mind. And then the next few days, it affects your trading. You start doubting yourself, second guessing yourself, afraid to pull the trigger. I've been there. I have. Got to move on from it. Got to trust yourself and know that you know what you know. That's where all your trust comes from. I've put videos out and shown you guys in the past. I've lost $25,000 in a day. And what did I do? I learned from it. I went on to the next day, and what was I able to achieve? I made back that $25,000, and then I pushed up over into profit $25,000. So it just goes to show it's all your mind and your perspective. And you gotta believe in yourself. A $25,000 loss, that's a big loss. Big loss. Sure, I felt disgusted and upset with myself, but I made that mistake. I manned up and owned to that mistake. I knew I screwed up. So I got to learn from it, pick myself up, and continue moving forward. Because tomorrow or the next day is another day filled with opportunity. And I should not let my last trade, good or bad, dictate my next trade or my future as a trader. Does that make sense, guys? It's all a big mind game. That's all it is in the stock market. Majority of people fail as traders because they do not want to continue working on themselves, growing. They don't want to have an open mind. I see a lot of closed-minded people and a lot of people that think they know it all. If you're around somebody who acts like they think they know it all or they're better than you, or people who are one-ups, everybody always knows that one person who has a better story, they got a better car, ooh, they ate better food than you, ooh, they got a better entry price than you, they made more than you. I call them one-ups. Stay far, far, far away from them types of people. They're narcissistic people. There's all different types of people in the stock market. A lot of people like to emotionally marry these types of stocks. And as traders, our jobs are to study human behavior, human nature, history. We always try to keep an open mind. Anything can happen at any given moment. Always keep an open mind. Never be closed minded or be stubborn. Things sometimes don't have to make sense statistically. They don't. Even when it comes to patterns, you're going to run into some people who look at patterns, they have to be perfect and to the T. Or other people, they'll look at patterns, and if they can make out a pattern with their naked eye, and it could be a sloppy pattern, it's still a pattern to them. Everybody views the markets differently. And you guys heard me and seen me recently in a lot of my videos. I keep talking about and mentioning AMC because this is the bad boy. This is the bad boy that has got everybody caught up. And so many people are emotionally tied and married to this stock. And what we all should be doing is learning from how everybody is looking at this and what they're saying, believing in it, and just believing in it, believing in the story and emotionally tying themselves to it. And you'll learn from it. It's just like that saying goes. If you hear everybody talking about it, it's over with. It's already topped out. AMC has been offering some good swing trading opportunities. The last, 2-3 weeks, we have been paying more attention to AMC strictly for just trading bounces, reversals. I mean, AMC day in and day out gives good opportunity and great textbook setups for day trading and swing trading opportunities. I mean, it's got good range. The stock every day moves on average $2-3 a share. For the most part, and we got like 2 hours left in the trading day, I'm pretty much done for the day. I traded ACY. I traded this right out of the open, and then I gave back some profit trying to trade it even more. What else did I trade? I traded AMC today. I picked up 700 shares of it, made $140 on it. I traded BTBT. I picked up 1,000 shares of this. I made $555. What else? AHPI. AHPI wasn't much though. It was just $200 I made on it. I was trading it down here after it sold off. I was anticipating for it to get a good bounce back up to 14, but it just keeps stalling out right at this $13. Just about done with. But anytime you guys are able to pull green out of the stock market, be happy and satisfied with that, guys. That's the whole point in what we're doing, right? Is to make money. It doesn't matter really how much money you make. As long as you can pull money out every single day, you're doing your job. Whether it be $50, $100, $500, $1,000. Remember, not a lot of people can consistently pull money from the stock market every single day. So if you can focus on just pulling green day in and day out, you will be rewarded down the road. It's like dividends. You got to look at this like it's dividends. Think longer term. $2,000, that may be a lot of money to a lot of people, and it is. That's good money. Some people can look at that and like, that ain't nothing. I like making 10,000, 20,000 in a day. Even I myself, looking back a year ago when I was pulling 15,000, 20,000 in a day. Yeah, that was great and fun times, but it's very, very stressful doing that day in and day out. It really is. It's a lot on your shoulders. And I feel a lot more comfortable and at ease just consistently knocking little singles, pulling in $1,000 here, 1,500 there, 2,000 there. Sure, a home run will come along, make 5,000 in a trade or in a day. Awesome. Lock it in, be done. But to consistently pull money in, that should be our main focus every day. And going back to when I was saying this is all a big psychological game, guys. Sometimes we make money so fast and so easily that we feel like we didn't earn it, if that makes sense. You see a perfect A+ setup and you effortlessly jump in and you make $1,000. And it happens so fast and so easy. You feel like you have not earned it, or you kind of don't deserve it. That's kind of like a mind trick. And you got to tell yourself and step back and realize what you've just done, especially if you're trading right out of the open. We all know if you trade that open, things happen so fast and in a blink of an eye. You can be up $1,000 and you blink and you're down 2,000. It could be real stressful. And anytime if you trade that open and you shoot up in profit, try your hardest to lock in something and then take a step back for a moment and realize, what did I just do? I just jumped in the first minute and I've made $3,000. That's really good. You should be done after that. But what do most people do? They look at that as if now they got a good head start. And now they have the market's money. And they could start to build up off of that. And they get greedy. They're like, wow, I just made 3,000 in the first minute. This could be a really good day. I could really make a lot of money this day. And what do you end up doing? You end up giving back $1,000. Give back another 1,000. Now you're only up $1,000. Now you're ashamed in yourself because you were up 3,000 and you foolishly kept trading and you gave back 2,000 of it. And see the mind games it all plays with you? That's why you should always take a step back and monitor your thoughts and be thankful that you're up. If you're up, you're good. You did your job for the day. That's how easy it can be. But people overcomplicate it, right? A lot of stuff that I say, it makes sense and it really clicks with you guys. And I have people tell me, Mr. Wolf, or my name, David, I gravitate to you because you're just so brutally honest. You don't hold nothing back and you're sincere in the way you talk and what you say. I greatly appreciate that. I do. I try to be upfront with you guys at all times. Anything that's really going on. I can't stand fake people or people who just want to talk the talk, but they don't want to walk the walk as well. Remember back when I said at the beginning of this video, anybody can be a trader. anybody, because all it takes is a click of a button and you're a trader. Show me you can consistently every day pull money out of the stock market, then we'll talk. That's the way you guys should all be when choosing who you're going to learn from. That's serious. There's a lot of people out on YouTube. It's stupid how over flooded YouTube is with wannabe day traders. It's stupid. And then what they do, they teach you guys bad practices. And then now you have bad habits of chasing after high of day breakouts, playing chart pattern breakouts. And none of them teach you about the mental aspect or the psychology side of trading. All they teach you guys is the technical side of trading. When you're out there looking for when you're brand new and you're out here you're looking for that secret or that secret indicator or secret trading strategy that all these day traders are using to consistently make money. You're searching for it when you're brand new. Because I remember back when I was new, I was reading all these books, watching all of these trading DVDs, and I was searching for that secret strategy that all these traders were using to make money consistently. And after all this time, there is a secret, and they do hold it all from you guys. And you want to know what it is? It's yourself, your own mind. If you can master yourself, know yourself, your mind, what you're capable of, what you're not good at, and start molding your strategies based around the type of person that you are, that is where you guys will start to see consistency. Because we are all different, all of us. I could give you a strategy that works with me every single time, and it made me $1 million, and I still use it, and I still make money with it. I could give it to you, and you could lose with that strategy every single time. Why? Because that strategy is based and revolved around the type of person that I am, my beliefs, my emotions, my psychology, my outlook on the stock market. Type of person that I am, I'm a very chill, mellowed out kind of guy. And this is just an example, if I give this off to somebody else and they got ADD, they can't sit still, their mind races 1,000 miles an hour, they're hyper, they're not chill and mellow. That's the two differences. They'll screw it up. We're all different, all of us. That's the secret they all hide from you guys. They try to sell you on chart patterns, technical analysis, when really the enemy you're facing every single day in the stock market is yourself, the man in the mirror. Someone here asked a good question. They ask, how did you first start learning your patterns? Watching YouTube, doing your own research, just trying to start learning. When I was just starting out learning, I got my hands on, when I look back at when I started learning about the stock market, the way I went about it, I really did go in the right steps when I first started learning about the stock market. First thing I started to learn about, and a lot of people skip this step and overlook it, but the number one thing I started learning was candlestick. I wanted to know, how am I able to read these charts with these candles, the red and the green candles? Why are there some big green candles, small green candles? What's this cross looking candle that looks like a cross? What's the different formations? Why am I seeing these long lower wicks? What is that? So I wanted to understand what I was seeing on the screen. And I went to the best man, Steve Neeson. Steve Neeson, you guys, is the dude who brought candlesticks to the Western world, the United States. He's the dude that made it popular. So I'm going to learn from that dude. If you guys don't know who Steve Neeson is, in many of my videos, I've recommended him many, many times. I like this dude so much, I went and bought both of his books. This man right here. He's the dude that brought candlesticks to the Western world, the United States. Candlesticks have been around for hundreds of years. The Chinese rice traders used to use them way, 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 way back in the day. He made it famous because before that they were using bar charts. And I was fascinated in the stock market and this stuff. There's a difference. If you're here to strictly just make money, or if you're here because you're passionate about the stock market and you really are, I'm going to say, you want to learn about the backstory. How did all of this come to be? Before candlesticks, what do they use? Oh, bar charts. Okay. If you're interested in learning more about the stock market, that's that passion, that fire. That's going to motivate you and drive you to dive in deep and understand a lot of things. So Steve Neeson wrote this book right here, Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques. And from that, I read that book, and then I loved it so much, I bought it. And then I bought his second book, this book right here, Beyond Candlesticks. And then I was going on YouTube and Googling chart patterns, candlestick patterns, candlestick combinations. And I honestly studied my butt off learning about candlesticks. And when I first started trading, I wasn't looking at a daily chart, 10-minute chart, 3-minute chart. I honestly thought traders just strictly looked at 1-minute charts and traded just based off of candles. That's how new and such a noob I was. So I'd be like, oh, there's a doji, or there's a hammer. That's bullish. It's going to be a green candle next. And I would trade like that. Or I'd be like, oh, there's a doji. That's a reversal. And the more you dig into this stuff and learn, and the more you are around it, you start understanding it more. Because this is a foreign world to new people. They don't know about all this stuff, what goes on behind the scenes every day. So that's the route that I took. I started with candlesticks. I dove deep head in first, and I studied the crap out of it for a few months straight. Then from that, I went on to chart patterns. And same thing. I dove headfirst into it. Anything I could get my hands on, I would watch it, read it, learn. And I was obsessed. I was obsessed with learning. And it opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. Do I scan using trade ideas? That's what I'm using right here on the right side of my screen. This is all trade ideas. If you don't know what trade ideas is, it's a custom stock scanner service. It's like $118 a month or something. But they have all these pre-built stock scanners that you could use, or you could create your own. You'll see a lot of uh traders using trade ideas, or the other one, scans, SK or SC or SCANZ or something, which used to be equity fee. Yeah, that's what I use. I use trade ideas, and I also use Street Smart Edge, their stock screener, because their screener is still really good. Here, this is all my Street Smart Edge screeners that I have custom made to my liking. And Street Smart Edge, believe it or not, their stock screener is very powerful. It's very, very underrated. And I would say you could just use this and have it update every 15 seconds. That's not really that bad of a delay versus real time. That's the difference between scanners and screeners. Scanners are scanning real time, giving you results real time. Screeners, majority of them, have a 1 minute or 30-second delay. But with the scanner, you're paying for that real time results right now. There you go. And Hawk Driver just shared a free scanner in the chart. I've never heard of this one. Charts Watcher. Oh, yeah, I have. Charts Watcher. Yeah, they're free. They're free for right now. They will eventually start charging. They're just brand new. Those guys also have a Discord. Old Army guy. That real talk, no fluff approach is what made join the community. I appreciate that, Old Army guy, I do. Believe it or not, I get a lot of spam and comments from people that don't agree on the way I do things. And to be honest with you, you're gonna, when you're brand new and you wanna teach other people and show them the way, I myself, I did it for free. I opened up my Discord for free. Anybody could join it up. I was seeing all these different people come in. And what it honestly got tiring of doing, I would have all these people come in and they would all ask the same exact question. So I found myself repeating myself 1,000 times. And then they'd hang around for a month, maybe 6 months. And I'd put all this time into them, teaching them everything that I know, answering all their questions. And then they just dip out. And I'd be like, man, I just gave all my valuable time. And when you think about it, what's the most precious thing that we all have on planet Earth? The most precious thing we all have is time. Nobody can give you back time. So everybody in today's world feels like they're entitled everything. I get comments all the time. What? I'm not joining your community. You charge for that? I can go over here for free. Or I can go find it over here for free. My response, all right, cool. Go join that community for free or find what you want. I don't care. Everybody feels like they're entitled to everything. And I'm supposed to sit there and brain out everything that I know and cater to you, answer all your questions nonstop, just use and abuse me and then take off. And then another thing as well, you start to realize everybody's bleeding you dry, especially when you're trying to start out. They're asking you all these questions and you're trying to answer everybody's questions. It really gets stressful. It really does. And it affects your trading. You notice you'll can't focus on trading because everybody's blowing you up and asking you questions. It gets to be overwhelming. It does, because everybody wants results and they want it now. That's exactly right, old army guy. It does at first seem intimidating at first, and I've known and I've had people tell me I can be very, very blunt when I talk to people or try to explain things, but I just I don't sugarcoat. I don't I don't cut around corners and tread subjects lightly. I just say it how it is. When I'm in chat and if I see somebody made a mistake, I'm I'd much rather point out what they did wrong and show them straight up what they messed up on versus, oh, that's all right, man. You'll get it next time. And just leave it at that. A lot of people quit in this game. A lot of people quit. Uh, can't even probably say your name. Dad Lad Poncho. A lot of people quit. And you're exactly right again. People don't want to put more than 1 year into this. This game takes a while to learn. You nailed it right on the head, man. It really does. It takes a lot of time to learn this game. It took me 2.5 years to understand and learn this game. And even to this day, I still have mistakes and quirks that I'm working out and trying to adjust. And I'm 6 years into this. It's a never ending process, never ending, because the stock market is always evolving, growing, and changing. Technology's getting better and faster. Computers are getting faster and smarter. Internet's getting faster. people's strategies stop working, then they got to adjust and figure out a different new strategy. A lot of people come and go in this game, and history repeats itself a lot. And once again, it's like it all revolves around our beliefs. Someone comes into the stock market, they want to try day trading, they try it for a couple months, they blow up their account or get burnt on a really bad garbage stock, and then they say, "Oh, it's rigged. It's gambling. They'll never make it." And then they hear one of their friends is trying to learn about day trading and start, and they immediately tell them, "Don't do it, dude. I blew up my account and I lost my $2,000. It's rigged." And that all stems from what that person went through, all of their first experiences, and that developed into their belief. Then they reflect that belief onto the next person. Got a good point there, Leslie. Leslie says, "I get paid for my time, and so should you." The way I look at it, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Even the Joker says that in Batman. Right there. If you're good at something, never do it for free. And with the internet and YouTube, yeah, sure, everything is out there for free and at your disposal, but it's like a million piece puzzle thrown out there. And it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. There's a lot of great free education that's out there. Go for it. Go after and find it. You're going to go through a lot of ups and downs while you're learning all of that, because there's a lot of shady stuff that's out there, a lot of bad practices taught out there. And then a new person comes in, they don't know nothing about the stock market. They start learning from somebody who has no idea what they're talking about. They're doomed from the start. All right, let's get back into what's been going on in the market. What setups we put today in the chat? I put DraftKings on swing alert down here at 5250, and I said it could run up to 54.55, and it's been nonstop running up from 5250 up to 55. Let's see. Going back to today, right here, today at 11:07 a.m., I said DKNG, I am putting it on swing. It's a great swing trade. So far, so good. Jump up to that. DKNG, I'm putting it on swing. It's a great swing trade. I am a little late on the alert, but it's got a good risk versus reward. And I said, few hours, I see it running up to 54.55. Your risk would be below 52. And from that, let's pull it up. Said that at 1107. So I said that right here. It was at 52.50, and this has been up, ramping up nonstop all the way to 54. Great trade on DraftKings to the ones that took advantage of it. We also talked about ACY in the pre-market prep this morning. So every day, you guys, every single morning before the stock market opens, we do a pre-market prep. And real quickly, I got to bring it back up to show you guys. So every morning, I put out my watch list. Today, this was my watch list for today. And then what I do, we go right here. There's a few people still in here. I go to the pre-market prep. I share my screen, which is usually down here, screen 5. I share my screen, jump on the mic, and then I cover and break down every single stock that's on my watch list. What am I anticipating for them to do? Levels to look out for, my opinions on what the current day, how it's setting up, how will everything unfold. And honestly, ask anybody in the chat here. I'm pretty dead on with, I'm going to say 80%, 85% of my call outs. I know my levels. I do. So this morning in the pre-market prep, I said for ACY, watch for it to start ripping right when the market opens, because this was the #1 stock yesterday. This had a good run from 16.50 all the way up to $32, $33. That's a good run right there. Anytime you got a stock that's ripping up $10, $15 a share, that's going to catch people's attention. That's going to catch the big money's eye. Like, bet that stock is a runner. I can make a lot of money on that bad boy. So with this run up here, it pulled back down, retraced 50% of its run up, and it consolidated right at that 50% retracement. Next day, it's opened up, ramp, boom, right back up to its highs from yesterday. From $25 up to $33. That's an $8 per share run, ladies and gentlemen. $8 per share. You don't have to buy many shares of a stock like this to make money. Even if you were to pick up a lousy 100 shares, what's 100 shares? Nothing. Stock runs up $3 a share. That's $300 in your pocket. And when you have to, the way I look at it, and to me, it makes perfect logical sense. Anytime you have to buy less shares of something, it helps you with managing your risk a lot better. Only having 100 shares, you can easily manage your risk to the downside versus having 1,000 shares. It all comes back to how volatile the stock is. We had ACY on the watch list. What else did we have? AHPI, BTBT. AHPI, right before that market opened, this exploded up from 14 up to 16.50. If you scroll out, this stock has been in play for the last 3 days, just about. Running from $10 up to $16, $12 up to $15. And look, now it's consolidating down here. Sure, it had a nasty morning. We try not to trade the morning. We're not really trading the first 20 minutes the market opens. Avoid this risky death candles to the downside right here. That's nasty. What do I always tell you guys? The stock will prove to you when it's ready. And what this do? It levels out right here. Right at 1250. From 1250 up to 1350. That's a good back and forth range. Back and forth. Back and forth. Play the range on that bad boy. That's $1 scalp opportunities all day. That's the type of stuff I like trying to teach people here. The easy money type of plays. Because trading should make trading as easy as possible. Easy as possible. People like to naturally overcomplicate things. And we asked Google that question not too long ago. Again, we're going to pull it up again. And it's true. Why do people overcomplicate things? The answer, perhaps, to why we overcomplicate things is because that's the easy thing to do. Ironically, it takes thought and effort to keep things simple. And that's what makes it more valuable to us as humans. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You're not going to hear other people talk about this stuff I talk with you guys. What else did we have? BTBT was on watch. BTBT here from $13 had a good run up to $14.50. A good $1.50 ramp right here from this morning dip. Since then, it's been consolidating and grinding up from that 14, looking to break over that previous day's close, that blue dotted line right there. And this stock got hammered the last 1, 2, 3 days. So all that tension from the highs has just been building up, building up, building up, building up. And when this finally decides to go, this thing could have a good run up. Right back up to these levels up here, that green line. That's the type of stuff we look out for here. A few people in chat were talking about CLOV today. This was gapping up super huge pre-market. And what did I tell you guys in the pre-market prep? I'm not even interested in CLOV. And look what it did. It gave back 80% of what it gapped up. A lot of people get caught up in stocks that are running up from the previous day's close, running up that high. A lot of people get caught up in the excitement that the stock's just going to keep going and going and going. And when you look back, how many times has the stock continued to go, or did it just crumble off like this here? We had AMC on watch. We've been watching FLGC, CYTK, RANI, FULC, Some good stocks on the watch list. Let's look at FULC real quick. So FULC was the #1 stock 3 days ago, right here. Had a good, nice little day yesterday, and it sold off all day. Everybody forgets about this stock because other stocks pop up, new stocks pop up, like CLOV, for example. Nice morning dip on FULC. And as I like to say, when a stock's ready, it'll prove to you when it's ready. Bottoms out right here. Runs up to the VWAP, that orange line, reclaims VWAP, and just keeps pushing up as the day goes on. Finds resistance at that previous day's close right there. In and out of it. We're also at a psychological $20. It's a big psychological level. From 20 all the way up to 21.50. Nice little grinder. I don't know if it will continue to go, though. It may. You never know. Normally, rounding tops are bearish. What else did we have pop off today? NCTY was a nice little setup today. See it clear as day, can't you? Nice morning sell-off. Oh, look, bottoms out right at my green line there. Test that bottom multiple times. And as it tested that bottom, formed this descending wedge. And from that, you could have watched something like this. $14. Runs up $1 per share. Boom. That's simple. That's, as you see on the 3-minute, it's forming another wedge. Right there. With patterns, though, I look at all patterns as if they're 50-50. Nobody really ever knows if it's going to keep pushing up higher or if it's going to fall off and go lower. So I look at all patterns, continuation patterns, reversal patterns. They're all the same to me. They're 50-50. I usually like to wait for patterns to break out and show me which direction they want to go before I may want to take a trade on it. DEV getting a little bounce on it from 9:30 up to 10. I think a lot of people are going to keep their eyes on ACY. We got an hour and a half before the market closes. ACY may go on a parabolic run. See what a few of you guys are saying here. Yeah, Robert 420 had a good call out today on GRWG. Was a big gap down from 44 down to 35. 35, it's a nice pop up to 37, a nice $2 run. And same exact thing, guys. setting up these patterns. Nice little long wedge right there. Breaks out from that wedge and runs up. Look what it does from that. So we see there's a wedge there, right? It's a nice ramp up from that wedge. Then it comes all the way back down and it bounces right at the area where it broke out from that wedge. So two opportunities. You could have played the wedge breakout, waited for it to come back down to the area it broke out from, and a bounce right there. It's all about your how you view the market, what you feel comfortable trading. Remember, we all look for opportunity differently. I may see opportunity in trading like something like this. Someone else may see opportunity, I don't know, waiting for the stock to get back up above VWAP and pushing off that VWAP. Everybody's different because our risk tolerant is all different. Wow, this one went under the radar. Open. From $16 runs all the way up to $18.25. Yeah, and KNBE, I think of Kobe every time I see this ticker. This thing ran from 23 up to 27.50. Your pre-market prep, a daily post. Every single day we do pre-market prep. Every day. We start at 8:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I usually run till about 9:20. Then I'll let the last 10 minutes be open for everybody to get ready for the open. And then on every Friday, we live stream. We live stream and trade on Fridays. And usually on Fridays, we hang out for a while. I'll start streaming at like 9 a.m. and then I'll get off usually at like noon, 1 p.m. So 3-4 hours of streaming on Fridays. I was doing it on YouTube for a while, but it just got to be too much. Too much stress on my computer. My fan was just nonstop going off as I streamed. Too many people asking questions nonstop when you're trying to focus and trade. About CLOV. Huh? I think ACR, it's got a good shot at going parabolic. All right, so good to hear you're downloading Discord, Leslie. That's a good point right there. Lily Boo. Lily Boo. I don't even know how to say that. Laliboo? Laliboo? Anyway, she says if you try to do it on your own, even if you learn good stuff, you're gonna spend a lot of time just learning unnecessary stuff. That's very true. There's a lot of distractions. Have any of you guys ever played Assassin's Creed? This is a perfect analogy. If you've played Assassin's Creed, you'll notice a lot of different side quests, and you'll find yourself trying to run across the huge, gigantic map to focus on the main story and continue the story going. But you keep getting distracted by all these random side quests and just random stuff in the huge, gigantic free world that prevents you from reaching your destination. Just like Grand Theft Auto. Find yourself trying to play the game and you get distracted by something, and then 3 hours go by and you're like, dang, I totally forgot I was on my way over to the other side of the world. Continue the story. There's so many analogies you can use with the stock market and real life. Right, old army guy. All of us are all at different stages in your career. Never try to compare yourself to somebody else. Sure, I can pull in a couple $1,000s in a day, but you don't know all of the struggles that I've had to go through to be able to achieve that and do that consistently. I like to say you got to emotionally condition yourself to make that big money. It's the truth. Go somewhere. Yeah, I don't even. One of my other favorite sayings too, find yourself looking on social media on what other people are saying about a specific stock. You're looking for a reason to buy. Frank S, yeah, right, man. Living in Michigan, it's cheap, but what they kill us on though, insurance. Insurance for cars. It's stupid expensive with all the potholes we got here. I respond to a couple comments. ACY starting to go down. If it can recover, looking good. You're going to want to see that VWAP in 32 hold. Not going to be easy. I'm not trading ACY. It's just too risky. If you guys have any questions on YouTube, feel free to ask me. Any stocks you guys want me to break down and go over for you? Dealy boo. Dealy boo. Good with you, boo. That my Lily boo? Oh yeah, Sava. 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 I totally forgot about that. Now look at this one. Sava had an explosion today from $109. Thing explodes all the way up to 125 bucks. Runs up just about $20 a share. Look, when you move back on this chart, same thing I told the chat. We call this blowing the top off. See the top clear as day right here at 109. Is that 109? 109 bucks. Then today, boom. It's a good squeeze. Thing's still running. So if you traded options, Sava would have been a big money today. Sure. Buying calls. Nathan asked, do you ever swing trade and what do you look for? So for me personally, I do not swing trade. I don't. Sometimes, once in a great while, I will swing trade. Like just the other day, I swung, what was it, AHPI overnight. Because this thing got beat down just so badly on this day. From here at 16, just nonstop. It just got beat down and beat down all the way to $10.50. That's just about a $6 pullback nonstop right there on a low float stock. So I swung this overnight. I picked up 3,000 shares of AHPI, swung it overnight, and then right when we started doing the pre-market prep, I was sharing my screen with the members, and I was selling it just as I was starting the pre-market prep. How much did I make on that day? I think it was like, I want to say 4,000 I made on it. That was on Wednesday. Yeah, AHPI made $3,955 swinging AHPI overnight. But that's a rarity for me. And this thing would have been a big payout because look at how much it ramped up the next day. From 1050, it ran all the way up to 1550. So I would have made an extra, if I would have continued to held, shoulda, coulda, woulda, that would have been an extra $9,000. Totaling out 12,000 on the day. I mean, that's insane money. But that's a rarity for me. Like I said, I don't swing trade that much because I just don't have the patience for it. I don't. And I don't like knowing that there's risk that's out of my control, like a company doing an offering or the CEO of the company gets a DUI and it comes out in the press release in the morning. The CEO of the company got a DUI last night for driving while intoxicated, and it gaps down the stock. Stuff like that. And I sleep a lot better at night knowing that I'm cash. And believe it or not, as a trader, I like starting my day fresh. So my P&L 0. I ain't waking up to a bad swing trade. I'm going to have that on my mind. Now I got to dig myself up out of a hole. It's all about perspective. And I love day trading. I can consistently pull money out of the market every single day and contribute to a community here in the Discord. I love my job. So, and I'm good at what I do. So, I'm happy doing this. Sometimes I'll take a swing trade, but like I said, it's rare. If anything, I'll swing a stock for a couple hours, maybe. Like right now on YouTube, I'll give you guys one for free. And if this plays out, join the community. ZEV is looking pretty good for a push to 10, 1050, potentially 11. The number one play a few days ago. So this one's gearing up for a potential bounce back on up. Play it safe. I would probably say 1050. They could push up. What is that? 70 cent. Want to put your risk down below 950. So you're risking 30 cent to make 70 cent, maybe a dollar. That's about a 3-to-1 risk versus reward. There's all kinds of opportunity out here. KNBE starting to run into the close. We got an hour left, so it's power hour. KNBE could get up and go. AMC's ramping. FULC is pushing up to 22. SB SD. Someone's asking how long did it take me to be a consistently profitable trader? About 2.5, 3 years it took for me. It took me a while to find my footing because I was jumping around from community to community trying to find myself as a trader. I started with Timothy Sykes. Then I went over to Investors Underground. And then from Investors Underground, I went to Deckmar Trades. And then from Deckmar Trades, I went to MIC, which is My Investment Club. So I jumped around to a lot of different communities. It took me a moment to learn this game. So 2.5, 3 years, that's a long time, but it's well worth it. And now everybody's different. Some people can come in and pick this up in a year. Some people 2 years, maybe 3, 4 years for some people. Everybody learns at different paces. A lot of stuff you got to learn. Do I ever use short interest ratio, try to capitalize on a short squeeze? I never, ever, ever look at short interest. I just look at the percentage of how much the flow is short. That's all I look at. That's all that matters. Only people really looking at a short interest are shorts themselves, because that's how much it's going to cost them short that stock. It looks like, yeah, Cupcake. Everybody seems to just like dry up at the end of the day because they made that money in the morning. They lock that, they secure that bag, and they call it a day. That's what it's all about. That's a good question, Nathan. Do you think anyone can become a trader with study and hard work? Or does it take some, I think you're trying to say, I don't know, which intimate talent? Uh, that's a tricky question. I was just having a brain fart because I was reading the next question. US man S says, why am I not trading right now? Because I already made money for the day and I like to secure the bag. Have that mindset of, and we were just talking about this at the beginning of the video, have that mindset of, I just want to close green for the day. It doesn't matter how much. As long as I'm able to close green for the day, it adds up over time. If I hung around all day and just traded, I'd have no life, you know? And I'm going to give back what I made. So making $2,000 one trading day, that's a job well done. You know, that used to take me 2-3 weeks at my old job to make that. And I can make that now in a day, in a couple hours. But I'll take this job any day of the week. That's the mindset that I like to have. If I can come in, make money that quick and be up, I'm done. I don't care if stocks keep running. I can get in on a stock when it's from $2 to $3, make $1,000. I could care less if that stock ran all the way up to 100. So I got my piece of the pie. And having that mindset and that mentality, you will be around in this game for the longevity. That's the way you got to go about it. You always got to think long term. So what do? When I'm done, I made my money, I want to secure that bag. So what I do is I close up my trading broker. That way I can't trade. And if something pops up, I'm not going to be tempted to try and want to trade it. Make sense? Remember, a lot of people come and go in this game. A lot of people overtrade. Overtrading's a killer. It's not about how much you trade, it's what you trade. So going back to Nathan's question, do I think anyone can become a trader with studying and hard work? That's kind of like a double-sorted question. Pretty much anybody could become a trader, I'd say, but there's a limitation to that. There is. Obviously, if you're not all the way there in the head, you're not going to be good at this game. I'm going to say if you have severe ADD, it's going to be really hard for you to get this game because the stock market, it's all about patience. And I'm not downing or putting people with ADD down. They're just going to have a harder time learning this and having the patience. That's the biggest thing. People who wear their emotions on their sleeve are going to have a hard time becoming a trader. And if you're lazy, I mean, that's kind of a tough question to answer, to be honest. But the opportunity for anybody to do this is most definitely there. You just said it in your question. You got to study, put the hard work into it. Not only do you have to develop yourself, not only as a trader, you have to want to become a better person outside of the stock market as well. Have that growth mindset. Wes, man, that's a good one. When did you start talking? When did you start taking your own trades? Stop following other people. Uh, Probably 3 years ago, man. It just gets to the point where you start to understand charts and you start trusting in what you know. Once you start trusting in what you know, and you know that you can consistently make money on your own, you just stop caring about what other people think because all that matters is what you think. You're at the end of the day, you're the one making the money. At first, you care what everybody thinks, what all these gurus think, and you'll ask them questions. It's natural. But I put it right back at them and say, figure it out on your own. I could break down this chart for you every single day and show you what I see. But just because I see opportunity in these areas that I'm pointing out doesn't necessarily mean you will see opportunity in the areas that I am pointing out, because we are all different. We all have different eyes. We all have different beliefs. Mistakes you see a lot of beginner traders make. Any advice to a new trader on how to become consistently profitable? I got the perfect mistakes I see a lot of new beginner traders make. They come in and they're wanting to make money right off the get-go. If you're new, you should not be thinking about making money. For the first 1 year, 2 years, you are not going to make money. Put it behind you. Your first year, you should be solely focused on understanding and learning this game. Once you start understanding the game, then you start getting rewarded for all of that hard work that you put in. That's why I always tell you guys, all that studying and hard work, it's going to pay off in dividends down the road. So stop coming in here and just expecting in a month you're going to be making $1,000 every trade. It's just not going to happen unless you follow my alerts, which I'm not trying to run a community where I give out alerts left and right. I want you guys to be self-efficient. That way, if I ever leave and go on vacation, you're going to be freaking out and then you're going to blow up your account. And then you're going to want to blame it on me because I took vacation. And be like, no, bro, I'm doing what I do. You blew up your account, dude. Shouldn't have been following everything that I've said. Wanting to just eat alerts. Not healthy. Any book recommendations that were pivotal to your development as a trader? There's a lot of good books, man. A lot of good books. I mean, there's just too many. I read anything I could get my hands on. Self-development books, psychology books, emotional intelligence, human nature. And there's just so many different kinds. And still to this day, I listen to audiobooks. I don't read as much as I did. I like to listen to audiobooks now. 'Cause I just, while I'm sitting here in the markets, I just much rather listen to an audiobook. Just keep reading, reading and reading, going back, rereading, because your brain only obtains 10% of what you've read in a book. I mean, trading for a living, trading in the zone, those are wonderful books you should revisit countless times throughout your career. Countless times. You're going to find it as you progress. You're going to want to revisit a lot of books over and over and over again because you're going to pick up on new things that you've missed your last read. A lot of things in the stock market and being a day trader. And it's kind of like going back to one time I was listening to that one dude from Boiler Room Trading. He was streaming and somebody asked him a kind of similar question. And would you recommend everybody learn to be a day trader. Or someone said, do you recommend being a day trader or something? He said, to be honest with you, I would not recommend being a day trader because it's one of the hardest things you're ever going to do in your life. And it's a continuous growth that you got to continue and stick with day in and day out. It's not like working a 9 to 5 job where you just go to work, you come home, and you could chill. No. This, you got to continue growing your mind, learning about yourself, and then you start getting into deep dark psychology, and then you learn how to read people, read how it's some deep stuff, guys. And it all comes with the job of learning this. Sure, this is the best job in the world. I love my job, but not everybody is gonna want to put that work into it. It's a lot of work. NAOV. Uh, it could be like a psychological issue for you because of how NAOV is moving. I mean, this thing is moving pennies at a time. 257 runs up to 280. So it runs up 20 pennies. Then it pulls back down 10 pennies. Trading penny stocks like this, it's a lot harder and you got to have a lot more patience. And you'll notice stocks that are lower priced, like NAOV at $3 a share, they move totally different than stocks like ACY trading at $15-$20 a share. Stocks like ACY at $15-$20, if it's in a grind like this, normally it means it's going to have a fallout and a death candle soon. So we try to avoid stuff like that. Small caps like this, they just keep grinding and grinding and grinding, and then they explode up higher. I strictly stay away from stocks under $3. They are hard to trade. They are. Confidence, not pulling the trigger. We all go through that phase. Gotta believe in yourself. That's the hardest thing. That was really hard for me when I was trying to get consistent. I'm trying to think of the words to say. I'm on the spot here. It's like break down these charts and you could see what a stock's gonna do. And then sit there and you watch it and you watch it happen. And you're like, I knew it, but I didn't pull the trigger. It's perfectly normal. You're gonna get to that part, you're gonna see it over and over and over again, and you're gonna you're gonna find yourself saying it over and over again. Man, I didn't pull the trigger. I seen it, but I didn't pull the trigger. 2 days go by. Man, I seen it, but I didn't pull the trigger. Man. Eventually you're just gonna start trusting yourself. And you're gonna start trusting yourself more and more. And it's trust, man. Trust is a hard thing to get from a lot of people, even within yourself. Now think about that. So earn it. Nathan, man, you going off on these questions. Believe it or not, I learned about day trading and the stock market at an older age. I didn't learn about day trading till I was 26 years old. I'm 32. I'm about to be 33 here in December. But day trading, it's a new thing. Think about it. Day trading and the internet, it's only been around for what? 25, maybe 30 years, if that. And it used to be expensive to place trades. Now commissions are free. It was just what, a year and a half ago they dropped commissions because of Robinhood. When I was just starting out and learning, you had to pay to trade. I was paying anywhere from $7 to $12 to buy and to sell. So imagine that. You're getting charged $12 to buy. And then to sell, you got to pay another $12. So I just had to pay $24 commission just to make a trade. I was 26. A friend introduced me to Robinhood, as a matter of fact. Said, "Hey, dude, you hear about this app, Robinhood?" I'm like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, man. You can put in like a couple $100, or you can set it up to have the app withdraw $50 from your checking account every week, and you can invest it in trade." I'm like, "Get out of here." So I downloaded it and looked at it, and from there, I never looked back. And I immediately got drawn into the penny stocks, just like everybody else. I got drawn to stocks that were trading 9 pennies. And I'm thinking, I'm new. And I know everybody goes through it at 9 cents. And you look at these charts, you scroll out on them, and you're like, whoa, this thing recently ran up to 30 pennies. And it's back down at 9 pennies. I can, with $100, I could buy 50,000 shares. If it runs up just 10 cents, I'm making thousands of dollars. Start uh glorifying the possibilities of how much money you can make. And that's what suckers you in with these penny stocks. And that's why I call them lottery tickets. That's all they are. They're a lottery ticket. So with 100 shares or $100, I'm not good at math, guys. So with $100 at 9 pennies, could buy 1,111 shares. And if the stock runs up, let's say 10 pennies, that's $111. You've just doubled your money. That's where a lot of newer people they get sucked into that. And it is eye appealing. It really is. Because they think the lower the price is, they don't need to put up much money to buy a shitload of shares. And then they have unreal expectations and they dream that the stock is going to run up 25 cents, 50 cents, and they're going to be filthy rich. Now, when you look at the 1 minute time frame on this, look at it, it's garbage. Straight garbage. I was there. And then from penny stocks like this, I started moving up. I would focus on stocks that were around $1. Then I went up. I went from, all right, I'm going to focus on stocks from 50 cents to $3. And I wouldn't trade anything above $3. And then as you grow older and you just get more experience under your belt, you just start realizing, man, the lower the price is on these stocks, the harder they are to trade, which is the truth. The lower priced they are, the more garbage they are. And then I start moving up in my career. I start focusing on stocks that are $10 a share, $15 a share. And I'll just start noticing, like, man, I'm seeing a lot more just easier technical breakouts and flawless moves and more volume in these stocks that are above $5, $10, $15, $20 a share. Then I slowly start realizing, find it, stocks like ACY, yeah, it's $25 a share, but this thing ran up $10 per share. Even if I bought 200 shares of something like this, which doesn't seem like much, but a stock running up $10, all you got to do from that $10 move from the top down to the bottom, that whole move right here, if I can just get a piece of that slice of that pie, maybe $2 a share, just get a little tiny slice. With 200 shares, that's $400, man. I just times 4 my money versus paying attention to that 9 penny stock for that to run up 10 pennies to make what was it, $100? And I had to buy 1,000 shares of it. This, I only had to buy 200 shares, and it moved up $2 per share in a couple minutes. Not even. It took me a while to adjust and move over to these stocks right here. And I'm telling you guys, stop paying attention to stocks under, I'm going to say $5. Just stop. They're garbage. Focus on stocks, $5 up to $100. If a stock is volatile and it's moving $4, $5 in a day, there's opportunity there. Look at Open. From $16, this ran up to $18.50. That's a $2.50 move. I see opportunity on stocks like this. Focus on stocks moving dollars, not pennies. That's what I like to say. I mean, look at DOCS. This thing opened up at $70 and it ripped all the way up to $84. It ran up $15 a share, all within a half hour. So 30 minutes, this thing ran up $15. I mean, come on. Harry Blue says still have to pay on UK platforms to trade. Wow. They'll eventually get there. They will. Or you could just move to the United States, Cherry Blue, and then you could trade for free. Didn't realize it at first. Multiple trades and made a loss because of commission. Ouch. That sucks. Is your friend still trading? How's your friend doing today? My friend never got interested in day trading or trading. It just trading in the stock market, it never caught his interest. He's more into video games, stuff like that. I'm still friends with him. Great friends, actually. But still to this day, I thank him. I'm like, dude, you've changed my life, bro. You've introduced me to the stock market and I never looked back. You've helped me find my purpose in life, bro. And he's like, oh, dude, you would have found it eventually. I'm like, dude, I was 26 when I found out about day trading. Come on. Because they don't teach you this stuff in school. They don't. They teach you, like, anything, they'll mention the stock market. But when people think of stock market, what do they think of? Long-term investing. Nobody talks about day trading. So true, penny stocks, way harder. Seriously, I don't know how people become rich from penny stocks unless they get a lucky, unexpected home run trade. That or they join a well-known community that has a huge following and they pump it up. But every year, at certain points of the year, penny stocks, OTC stocks even, they heat up. They heat up. They can run. Sure can run. They're more of like seasonal type plays, I would say. Play them when they're super stupid hot, and that's it. You're done. They'll die off. Then they'll heat up again. Play them while they're hot. then move on. But I try to not focus on them. Too many new people, beliefs, trading strategies. It just leads to randomness. US man asked what I trade. I posted my P&L. There you go. Biggest trade I made today was ACY. Made 1100 on that. AHPI. I made $202. I traded AMC, $140. I traded BTBT for $555. Right out of the gates, I traded ACY. And I was up 2,000 on that. And then the way I go about it, if I start out the day and I made good profit like ACY, I scale back tremendously. That's why you guys are seeing like little scalps for $202, $140. Because I just look for like little wallet patterns, is what I call them. I'm trying to protect my $2,000. I don't want to put it up at risk. So if anything, I'll take quick scalps, and I call them wallet patterns, to try to add on to my day. But I kept trading, and then I traded BTBT. I made 555 on that. And then I jumped back in on ACY, and I lost, I think it was like just over 1,000 on that one. And then that's when I was like, I'm done. I gotta close it up. Not trying to stick around all day and trade. There's more to life than just sitting in the stock market all day, every day. If it was up to me, I would only show up maybe for the first hour and a half every day, close up, and be done. But since I run a chat room in a community, I try to hang around throughout the day just for the chat strictly. But for the most part, in the chat, the members can back me up. Majority of the time, every day, I'm always commenting, hey guys, I'm done trading for the day at 10:30, 11, and I'll post my P&L and be done. I'll just hang out with them the rest of the day. I have no problem sitting and watching setups come and go, stocks continue to run. My main focus, like I said, is to show up, try to quickly make that money. I'm good. That's how you continue living a free life. I don't have to go to work and have somebody tell me what to do. I want it to stay like that. Yeah, you should join us up, US man. Got a lot of good people in chat. All right, last question. What would you say to anyone who is consider leaving their day job for a full-time trading career. And what gives you the confidence to do that yourself? This is the way I went about it. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go about it, but I told myself was if I wanted to trade full time, I want money in the bank. I don't want to be forced every day and come in and be like, I have to make money today. I got to make money today or I can't pay my rent. I don't want that stress. So what I did, and like I said, this was me. What I did, I paid off all my debt. I paid off my car, all my credit cards. I don't owe any debt. I stacked money in the bank, and I told myself I need to have at least 2 years of salary to live off of. If things don't go right in the market, I don't want to be a year down the road stressing that, oh man, I got to make money. I got to make money. Shouldn't be like that. So while I was working at Old Dominion Freight Lines, I was making $85,000 a year. So I rounded it out. I told myself, save up at least 200,000. And that's what I did trading. 200,000 in the bank, in the savings. That's 2-3 years of my salary. And I got a fully funded trading account. I don't have to worry about withdrawing my account every week or every month to live off of. So knowing that I got money in the bank, I ain't got to worry about working for the man for the next 3-4 years of my life. I can strictly just focus on trading. I don't need to desperately make money every single day. I got all my debt paid off. I don't have a car payment. It just makes it a lot easier. And what I also told myself as well, I want to have multiple streams of income. I don't want day trading to strictly be my sole priority as income. So I got monetized on YouTube. I started making YouTube videos. Now YouTube's starting to pay. Every month they pay me out from ads. Then I got eligible for membership and I started a chat room. Now I charge for a chat room. Now I have membership money coming in every month. I sell merchandise on Streamlabs. I got revenue every single time a sale comes through on that. My day trading, I make money on that. Once in a while, I'll flip cars here and there. I don't do it as much anymore because it's time consuming and it's a really hit or miss with cars. I did it there for a while. Just buy cars, flip them. And then I also have my brother. He's in construction. So we would go in on houses and flip houses. We'd put money up together. He remodels them, fixes them up, sit on it for a couple years, flip it. So there's multiple different avenues that I have. And that's what it should be about. So I don't strictly have to focus on pulling money day trading. That all makes sense? So be smart about it. Set yourself up for success. Ugh. That's the route I took when I quit my job. I'm telling you, the day I quit my job, that was the happiest day of my life. I felt so free, and I felt so proud of myself of and I did a lot of reflecting. I remember that. The day I quit my job, I went out, and I don't drink, I don't do drugs. The only thing I do is I smoke cigarettes. But after I quit my job, I reflected and I was looking back and I was proud everything that I've accomplished and everything that I went through to be able to do what I did. It all comes from having a game plan, guys. You got to have a roadmap. A lot of you might say, hey, putting up $200,000 in the bank, that's a tough thing to do. It's actually not. I'm not the type of person where I go out every single weekend. I don't need to have the newest and greatest thing. I'm not out buying unnecessary stuff. I'm actually a cheap ass. I'm a super cheap ass. Just like Warren Buffett. I wear the same clothes for a couple years. I'm not out buying the new name brand clothes every single week, every month. If I have a pair of Dickies and a white tee, I'm happy. I don't need to have new shoes every single month. Stack that money. Stack that money. Stack that money. Because that money is going to work for you. That's how you become rich and stay rich. Once you start getting rolling in day trading, guys, and when I tell you guys, always think just take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit. Doesn't matter how much it is. Adds up. Really does. And I thought $200,000 was going to be a long road and a long journey. It surprisingly wasn't. I was able to accumulate it pretty fast. And it all comes from, like I said, guys, taking $500 winners, $250 winners, doing that every day. It adds up. It does. Just like what Hawk put up earlier. There's 250 something trading days in a year. Even if you made $500 every single day, that's $125,000. Doesn't seem like 500 is much, but when you take a step back and put that together, it's a big accomplishment. That's right, Nick. Once you get a few million, the compounding growth is insane. Warren Buffett just did it the safest, super way possible. Sure, he's a smart man, he is. But it took him his whole life, nonstop investing and investing and investing for that to compound. Look at him today. Guys can do it. Can. It's all about blueprint and a roadmap that you lay out in front of you. SPRT 670s all the way up to 820s. Nice. This thing just kept pulling back, running, pulling back, running, pulling back, running, pulling back, running, pulling back, running. All day. You guys got to stay away from those risky stocks. Those risky stocks like ACY. When I was new and trying to figure out this game, I found myself, I'd be good and go on a good, consistent streak. But then there would always be that one stock that would pop up and it'd wipe away days and weeks of my profit and work. And I noticed it was a pattern that kept happening. And like, once again, ACY pops up. You wait around all afternoon for that afternoon consolidation. And then at the end of the day, you think it's going to go on its parabolic run. And you jump in and wait. And then it death candles down on you $2 a share. That used to happen to me a lot. And it's very discouraging. Average American only makes around $190 a day. Also, the average American only has $200 in their savings account. That was a couple years ago when I heard that statistic. Let's see how much it is now. So average US savings account balance. So if you're less than 20 years old, you have $800 in your savings. If you're 20 to 40, you have around $2,000 in savings. Wow. That's sad. I was going to say pathetic, but that's sad. And a lot of it, dang, look at Hawk Driver. Look at Hawk. One day making $1,800. That's what's up, my man. That's what's up. Yeah. Love it. That's the most rewarding thing right there. He did that. Hawk Driver made that. He didn't make that from me saying, hey guys, I'm buying in. Sell up here. He put that work in. He learned. Now he's self-efficient and he can have days like this. We were just talking about that. In one day, dog, made $1,800. Let's see. That's the average a 20 to 40-year-old has in their savings account. That's crazy. Average retirement savings in the US is $65,000. That's sad. Back to that video that I did not too long ago. When I said I made that video, unrealistic expectations, guys. Stop going into every trade thinking you're going to hit a home run. Goal is accumulation of wealth. Just don't want to be rich. That's true. A lot of people that also say I don't want money to turn me evil. I always want to try to stay true to myself. Just my main focus, I just try to live simple. I don't need to buy a huge big house. You know, I don't need to walk around town and flaunt that I have this much money. Look at my bling. Look at my gold teeth. I don't need to do that. I don't like to brag. You guys see me, I barely post on social media. I live a very private life, and I like it like that. A lot less stress free. All I need is a woman to have to be my best friend, companion, and a dog. Nice, cool dog. Do you ever see yourself moving away from small caps? I would say never. As of right now, I love trading small cap stocks, these garbage companies. I love it because the type of trader that I currently am right now, with my personality, I'm ruthless. I can handle my emotions with these fast moving stocks. I can do it quite well. I am open though for growth. So never say never. I could see myself trading options a lot more down the road. You know, trading Facebook, Tesla options. As of right now, I'm content in what I'm doing. But like I just said, I always want to try to be open minded though and have that growth mindset. I don't want to be confined to just one little area. Markets change. You don't grow and adapt to the markets, they'll leave you behind. So what are we watching on SOFI, guys? Earnings? See. So the past two times SOFI has put earnings out. This day it had a really good green day. Then on this day, it had a green day. So after, next day it gapped down, sold off. Had maybe a quick pop in the morning, and then sold off. Put earnings out here. The next day it gapped up, had a quick morning spike, and then sold off. So the stock, it's telling me it likes to have a quick pop in the morning and then sell off. It doesn't like to hold its gains after earnings. Dang, look at the SPY. This thing's been at it all day. Remember this morning? This morning, the SPY was getting hammered. This thing from 442 rallied all day nonstop back up to 445. Can't move this. You can really times 10 your accounts quick if you are ruthless. Option. I always want to trade stock, not looking to get rich, but if it happens, that is, man, I've had some crazy stories. Market's about to close in 5 minutes. Let me go back in here real quick. See if it's still in here. This was back a while ago. That was a good. Where is it at? See, this was back in March of 2021. This market was so stupid. $23,000 in a day. Sure, it was fun, guys, but the stress that came with that stuff, that trading, oh my goodness. Yeah. Look at, I traded this thing all day. Made $28,000. Just scalping it, sitting there all day scalping it. I was in the zone. I was getting it. Wow. Good times. There was something crazy that I wanted to show you guys, though. There was two of them. I mean, look at that. $18,000. And I only had 2,500 shares. And this stock ran from $15 to $26. That's insane. This was insane. I remember this. Making 31,000 in a day. All right, here it is right here. So I bought a lousy 13 shares of this stock here at $27. And that 13 shares, I made $1,300, growing that money 377%, which was I pretty much doubled that. Well, how much did it cost? It'd be 13 times 27. $350. So I put up $350 just to pick up 13 shares because I knew the stock was going to do something stupid and I wanted to do it for fun. That was crazy. And then there was one more. And it was just stupid. Just doing something for fun and stupid. Shits and giggles. And it would turn into something insane. Where is it at? On back when I was trading with what's that? Gas Trader. Wow. I know I'm close. Right here. So I bought 73 shares of WINS. This thing made $770 just off of buying 73 shares. WINS, that thing ran from it was like $10 up to $80 or something. And it happened all within an hour. So just something stupid like that. And look, I bought it at $9.54, sold it at $10.12. So in 15 minutes, with only 73 shares, making $770. These are the abnormal things that I like saving and keeping, because it's like, I look at this, it's like, this should motivate people, show them the opportunity that the stock market can give you, and you don't need to pick up many shares to make good money. Even though this stock went on a stupid run, but still, some people would stir away and be like, I'm not trading that stock. It's too wild. I'd lose a lot of money. But if you just maybe bought 10 shares, 25 shares, and tried to take it seriously and studied the chart and learned from it. I mean, 25 shares, you can manage your risk pretty good with 25 shares. And trading epic charts, that's how I got good, guys. That's how I could jump in on these big, huge moving stocks with the size that I do, because I leveled up. Where's it at? Chart studies, epic charts. Like these movers like this. Like, this was GameStop. Just insane movers from $27 to $45. That's a $25 move in 3 hours. And something to point out real quickly. Look at, see how VRTV had this run up right here, and then it pulled back and then consolidated, then ramped. Well, notice, draw that line on this from the low to the high. It pulled back what, 50% of this measured move right here? So it pulls back 50% and consolidates and then ramps again. This happened back in, where's the date on? It ain't gonna show it. But what I just showed you right there, now we come over here and look at, ooh, it looks like SoFi put out earnings. Look at ACY. And when you scroll out on that chart, what did this do? Same exact thing, right? That run up, pulled back 50%, consolidated, ramped. Same exact pattern as that VRXT, right? As that one right there. Alvin Jones says, I'm learning so much from you. Appreciate it, my dude. Oh man, I couldn't even tell you where I lost sound and it came back in at. My bad. Well, we got one more day in the trading week. One more day, guys. Friday. So tomorrow, hold on. Yeah, Roy lives. I don't think you're even watching this stream right now. Yeah, if you guys just tuned in on this stream, see, and that's the thing. This stream that we did now, guys, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. Nobody's in their right mind is ever going to sit through a 2 hour and 45-minute stream. Nobody. That's why a little bit too, I don't mind openly talking about a lot of these hidden secrets and what other traders don't talk about, because I know it's like a diamond in the ground. Nobody is really ever going to stumble upon this stuff. Rome C, you actually have the advantage, my dude. Being with Thinkorswim and having the tape with Thinkorswim, I love the tape with Thinkorswim. I appreciate that comment, Dad, Lad, Poncho. I mean, I just like jumping on, hanging out with you guys, chit chatting, answering questions, just hanging out. Because to be honest with you guys, I do this. This is all I do for a living. So I ain't got really anything else going on. So I'm always in the chat with you guys. I'm always trying to work on content and videos and ideas to benefit and better the community here. So Rome C, I open this strictly up for you, buddy. Using the tape, I use Thinkorswim. It's the best, man. It's the best. I'm telling you. You sort this out just like me. You have the tape normal right here showing all orders, and then open up another one right here that's only showing orders. Only show orders that are 2,000 or more. And this is how you're going to easily be able to track the big money. Because you could see a big money order come through on here, but it's just going to real quickly go by and you're going to miss it. Here, it'll pop up and a few others will pop up and they'll stay on there for a while. And you can easily see like, wow, somebody just sold 60,000 shares. And you new people, you're going to have to go through a lot of shit. I feel sorry for you. You're just going to have to learn so much. And you're going to have to go through all these different trading platforms. Because you got to find what you like. Every trading platform is different. They all have pros and cons. And as you go along in your career, start learning about yourself. Then you start developing strategies, putting together your platform, how you yourself like it. Alvin, I would say stop focusing on trading a lot. Focus on trading less. Keep in mind, it's not about how much you trade. It's about what you trade. Think about it. All you need is that one trade, and it could make your whole day, whole week, even your whole month. One trade. But all right, you guys, I'm about to end it. Talking nonstop for 3 hours. Can't believe that flew by like that. Tomorrow's Friday, like I said. I'll see you guys in the chat on Friday. And don't forget, we are also going to be streaming on Friday. Friday is trading live stream. So I'll see all of you guys in the chat and in the stream tomorrow. Be safe out there. We got one more day left in the week. Let's end it out strong, guys. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Relax. Get a good night's sleep. As I always say, have that patience, have that discipline. Study, study, study. Later.